Hello everyone, and welcome to our next lesson here with our Module 5, where we are multiplying and dividing rational expressions. Now, it might seem out of order that we're doing multiplying and dividing before addition and subtraction. After all, you learned addition and subtraction before you did with multiplication and division. But it turns out that multiplying and dividing takes a little bit less work than addition and subtraction does, and so we start with multiplication and division. So we kind of spoil everything for us right off the bat here with exactly the technique that we're going to use to multiply rational expressions. So you can see here that, again, this is a rational expression, another rational expression, and when you multiply, well, you can see you just multiply across the top to get the AC there and multiply across the bottom to get the BD right there. It's just like multiplying with rational numbers. So rational expressions, rational number multiplication, same thing. Again, don't get too hung up on the idea here that b is not equal to 0 and d is not equal to 0. The whole purpose for that is so that we don't divide by 0 here, here, or even here. Okay, that is something we want to keep in mind for these kinds of problems. We want to exclude, not include, exclude numbers that would make us divide by 0. So let's kind of jump into things here. Okay, so make a conjecture about the product x to the third over 4y times y squared over x. What will it be? Explain your conjecture and give evidence that it is correct. Okay, so what do you think would be the product here? Well, if we use our rules right up here, we can see that we're just going to multiply the numerators together and multiply the denominators together. And I'm going to rewrite it so that the x comes first alphabetically. All right. And so if you said this, then your conjecture was correct. That's exactly what our answer should be. Some of you may look at this, though, and see that we have like x's in the numerator and denominator, and also have y's in the numerator and denominator too. And so that means we could probably simplify here, right? So let's go ahead and do that. So first of all, let's recognize what number here is in front of the x. What number could we write in front of the x that wouldn't really change the value of the numerator? And it's a 1, right? So technically there is a 1 in front here. And so we can do 1 divided by 4, but that doesn't really simplify any better. So we're still going to have a 1 in the numerator and a 4 in the denominator. But we do have an x to the third and an x, and remember x by itself has what exponent? It has an exponent of 1, right? And so when we divide, and we have the same base, so the x here and the x here have the same base, what do we do with the exponents? Whoops, the exponents, 3 and 1. We subtract them. So it's going to be, actually let me do it this way. It's going to be 1 over 4. X cubed divided by x to the 1 is x to the second, like that. Okay? Then we also have a y by itself there, which means we're going to have y to the 1. Same bases, y and y, right? So what do we do with the exponents here? Again, subtract. So it'll be y to the 1. Okay, so you could write it this way, or if you want to, you can also put the x squared and the y to the 1 in the numerator over 4 like that. So either one of these is a good final acceptable answer there. Okay, let's take a look at another problem. Example 2, find the following product. Okay, so now we want to multiply here. So again, multiply across the top, multiply across the bottom. Go ahead and give this one a try. Pause the video and see if you can get this multiplied out correctly. All right, so let's give this a go here. So this will be equal to, actually I'll do it down here. So we're going to do 3x minus 6 times 5x plus 15 all over 2x plus 6 times 4x plus 8. Okay, and so we'll distribute 3x times 5x, 3x times 15. So we'll get 15x squared plus 45x, and then this negative 6 times the 5x, negative 6 times the 15, so negative 30x minus 90 all over, and we'll do the same thing here in the denominator, 2x times 4x, 2x times 8, so you get 8x squared and 16x, 6 times 4x, 6 times 8, 24x plus 48, and combine your like terms here. Okay, so we'll get 15x squared plus 15x minus 90 all over 8x squared plus 40x plus 48. Okay? So there we are. And this is an answer. Okay? Alternatively here, we could also try and simplify this by factoring the numerator and factor the denominator too. Okay? So in the next video, we'll take a look at simplifying this.